Hey guys, Cronus Falls here, and today I'm bringing you a champion guide on Reliquary Tender. Now, Reliquary Tender is a rare void champion in the High Elf faction, so she's not too difficult to get. You do have to get her from void shards, but being a rare, I'm sure a lot of you out there will get her throughout the course of your play, and she's very good for dungeons. So let's go ahead and get into her kit real quick, and we'll go over why that is. Her A1, not that impactful, attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance of placing a 25% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. That's okay, I mean decreased attack is nice, but it's only 25% and not a high chance. And as you'll see, I didn't book it at all here, I got really lucky on the books. So the A2 and the A3 are where the real value in her kit are, so let's show those. The A2 here removes all debuffs from all allies, then places a 15% continuous heal buff on them for 2 turns. So that's like a mini Bad El Khazar kind of deal here. I mean, 3-turn cooldown on a cleanse, very good for a counterattack team and clan boss. I would love to show her off in one, but I don't have a counterattack champion, so I can't do that for you today. But basically, she can cleanse on 3 turns, she gives you some healing as well. It's only 1 instead of Bad El Khazar's 2, but still very good to help you sustain. And very good in dungeons like the Ice Golem, which we'll show you in just a little bit. Finally, she's got Call to Life, her A3, which revives an ally with 30% HP and fills their turn meter by 30%. This is also a very good ability. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, she is a rare, so you know, that's, she can't be like Raglan doing it every 2 turns or anything. But anyways, this is a very good ability for dungeons. If you have people who are kind of squishy, who go down, she can bring them back up. So she really makes runs more consistent. So that being said, let's look at the build here. First of all, I've got her in 3 sets speed. So we'll take a look at the pieces. On the weapon, I've got some speed, some HP percent, which is nice. On the helmet, some speed, some defense percent. On the shield, we've got her in high defense percent, I mean 20% on one piece, that's why I took it. And we're not really worried about crit rate, accuracy, anything like that on her. For the gloves, we went defense percent and with some good HP percent rolls here. On the chest, defense percent with some good HP rolls here as well. I mean, they're okay, some HP percent rolls, I suppose. And then the boots, we went speed boots with some defense roll. And that's about it for the main gear. Onto the jewelry. So I have her in this HP ring. I probably would have gone defense, except this one had 8% HP rolls and 20% defense rolls, so very good. On the amulet, I went defense. Don't care about the crit damage or accuracy, any of that kind of stuff. And on the banner, I went defense as well. And so this one had really nice defense and HP rolls, so I just went with that. So this is the only piece of jewelry that I have at 16. I already had it, so I just threw it on her. As the build, guys, as you can see, most of these pieces don't have any sort of speed substat on them, so it's pretty easy to get her up to 200 speed. She's at 205 right now. I don't have any speed on the banner, the chest, the gloves, or the shield. You can do it too. And it's really easy with her because you're not focused on a ton of substats. Like, I've got her HP high, right? I've got her defense pretty high, and I've got her speed high. And everything else, I just completely ignored. She doesn't need attack, she doesn't need crit rate, crit damage, resistance, accuracy. But she's got about 41k HP, 3.6k defense, and 205 speed. That's perfectly fine for her. Now let's get into her masteries. So with the Masteries, she is coming into dungeons, so I wanted War Master to help do a little bit more damage. So we came standard clan boss kind of line here, clan boss dungeon line to War Master. So we took crit rate, crit damage into Heart of Glory to do a little bit more damage at max HP. Single out increases damage to targets with less than 40% HP. Doesn't really matter too much. Bring it down. Inflicts more to enemies with higher max HP. Methodical, do a little bit more damage with your A1s across the battle. And finally down to War Master here. And then we went ahead and took the support tree. And the reason for that is, first of all, I didn't need accuracy, so I took HP. Then I took Exalt Death here, so she could heal up a little bit when an enemy is killed, which is cool because she doesn't have a ton of healing in her kit, so a little bit extra is always nice. Some turn meter boost from her buffs falling off, so that'll be from her A2. Then I took Laura Steel to get her some more speed, Evil Eye to drop some turn meter against the bosses and waves. And then I came down here. Spirit Haste is actually very good on her because it increases her speed as people die, and she is a reviver, so that is really cool on her and champions like Arbiter, other reviving champions. And finally down here into Lasting Gifts, which is what I really wanted to come for, and this is giving her a chance to extend her heal by 1 turn. So just a little bit more healing out of her kit is very cool. There's also an argument to be made to come into the defense tree. Honestly, I don't think there's that much for her here. Like maybe you could grab Selfless Defender or something like that. Cycle of Revenge to get a little bit of turn meter boost, but either way, it's going to be pretty good. You just want to make sure you're coming down into War Master so she can help contribute to the damage on the boss. So that's the build, guys. Nothing too crazy, something that is really attainable for everyone. No 6-star gear, anything like that. Most of the jewelry only up to 12. Let's get into some runs. So Ice Golem is where she's really going to shine, so I'm going to come to that one last. Spiders, I'm sure you could work her into a strategy using like an off affinity tank so she could cleanse the poisons and revive them if they go down. Unfortunately, with my setup, I just don't really have anything that works with her, so I won't be able to show her off there today properly. But we are going to take her into Dragon's Lair and Fire Knight's Castle as well, so we're going to go ahead and start right over here. We'll come in. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to bring Apothecary, which is obviously a rare. I'm going to come in with Armiger and Uncommon. Cold Heart and Reliquary Tender are both void rares, so a little bit harder to get. I know a lot of people out there don't have Cold Heart, but the reason I'm bringing her in here today is because her A1 hits 4 times, she gets some heal reduction. She's just going to be very good for us. And if I want to make it mostly rares, then I just need to bring her in at the moment. And then finally, I'm going to be coming in with Stagnite to give us our AoE decreased defense as well as decreased attack. So this should work pretty well. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to have Apothecary speed boosting us here. Reliquary Tender just used her A1. And so that's a cool thing about her AI is she only really does her other abilities if she needs to. Like now that we've got some debuffs on right here, she'll use, oh, well actually they fell off before she got her turn. She would have used her cleanse here and she still might because we have some damage across the board. So let's see what she does. Nope, she's sticking with A1. But we'll go ahead and keep going. And if we get some more debuffs going on, then we'll go ahead and slow it down again. See if we can't just catch her in the act. But we're getting through this pretty good here. I think she's going to come through and use some healing. Oh, actually, she's going to revive, so this is a perfect thing here. So our Armiger went down. She's got her revive up, so she's going to go ahead and do that. So boom, revive. He's got 30% HP. Apothecary heals him back up to full, and we are back in the action. So that is what she's in here for. She's keeping us going. If our Armiger was down, that would have basically been KO against the Fire Knight. We wouldn't have been able to do it, but now he is up and running, and we are looking good on this run. So we'll probably be getting through this wave. If we weren't slowing it down, I'd say probably about a minute, maybe even a little bit less, and we're on to the next wave. So everything's going pretty good here. We've got Cold Heart doing some damage for us. Stagnite really helping keep them from doing too much damage to us with that decreased attack. Unfortunately, Reliquary Tender is the one who got stunned there. It would have been cool to see her cleanse that off. But there's the cleanse. Came out just for some healing because some people were starting to take some real damage here. So you see he's healed up a little bit by her. Heals himself up the rest of the way. And we're just going through pretty smooth. I mean, none of these people are really built for high damage besides Cold Heart. But we're making our way through the waves. It's all about sustaining here. And then once we get into the actual fight, it'll be about turn meter manipulation. So there we go. We're on to the last enemy, about 2 minutes. And I think we'll be finishing off this wave right around the 220 mark. It's going to take a little bit longer because this guy's got the increased defense on him. But as you can see, he can't take a single turn with this team coming in on him with all of that turn meter manipulation. So here we go. We're on to the boss. We're going to hit him with the A1s. Boom. His shield's already almost down. Armiger's going to come in there and hit him. And now that is game. And like I said, that's all thanks to Reliquary Tender, because if Armiger had stayed down on that first run, then we would have just been toast. Also, I have the wrong Armiger in here. I've just noticed his crit rate is not 100% because I don't have some gear on him, so that could have gone bad. Luckily, the Heartseeker comes off there, and we're looking okay. I think it's going to be a little bit over 3 minutes, probably about a 3-minute, 15-second run. And that is how you do Fire Knight. So she comes in very handy here on this team. Obviously, you can do better teams down. Ooh, an Ancient Shard. Maybe we'll pull that at the end since we got double Ancients going on. But yeah, she really came in clutch for us there. We wouldn't have been able to do it without her. So now let's go ahead and go on to Dragon. Dragon, she's providing, all of these dungeons, she's providing the same utility. So we're going to come in here. We've got our Greybeard in here for CC, Kale for the poisons, and other than that, the team is basically the same. So the cool thing with Stag Knight is, even though he's off affinity here, he should do just fine for us. Even if they target him, he is a little bit tanky, and we have Reliquary Tender in there to revive if he does go down, or if any of our people go down. So we've got the, we've got the stun on him, so if our Reliquary Tender goes first, she should cleanse that off. Yep, so it's her turn here. So she's got the cleanse up, and she should do it right here. Oh, she didn't. That's interesting. So a good thing to know about her AI, I guess because he was at too high of HP, or the rest of the team was, she didn't want to waste the heals. So that's good to know. There goes our Kale. We're actually looking pretty damaged here, but she goes ahead and brings Kale back up. And we are looking okay again. Kale heals up a little bit. Greybeard gets a heal from Apothecary, and we are back in the fight. We do need a little bit more CC coming out here from Greybeard. There we go. Couple of freezes up, and he's down. So now everyone's frozen. We are looking completely healthy, and we are in control of this again. Gonna be coming up to the end of this wave at about the 130 mark, I'm guessing. And looking pretty good. So she actually does a lot in the dragon fight itself as well, because he does place a lot of debuffs on us, so you'll see her cleansing those off pretty frequently. So we're on to the second wave, about 1:30, looking pretty solid, and again, we could end up seeing Kale or someone going down here, but it's been long enough. She has her revive back up off of cooldown. She'll probably cleanse these decreased defenses here, so let's see about that. Go down to 1 speed. Boom, there we go. Cleanses it, gets some heals. We're looking healthy. We don't have all that decreased defense on us to make us take a whole bunch of damage. And that is very good. So let's go ahead and get it back going on auto here. And we'll probably be coming through the end of this around the 2:40 mark. It'd probably be more like 2:20, 2:10 if I wasn't slowing it down so much. We should be getting another round of CC here from Greybeard in just a second on his next turn, it looks like. And here he comes. Boom, got a couple more freezes out. Our Stag Knight goes down, but that's okay because we got Reliquary Tender here to say, get back up, you're not done yet. And Apothecary should come back and heal him. There we go. So there we go. Yeah, so you can see she's getting a lot of value on this team. If he wasn't a negative affinity, he wouldn't be taking the hits, so our Kale would be going down a lot more, most likely. But no matter who's going down, as long as your entire team isn't dying, she's going to keep you moving. So we're on to the dragon fight here now, and he's going to be going up for his inhale here in a second. There he goes. So we should probably be able to knock that down with Kale's poisons. As long as we get some War Master hits here, which we're not getting. There we go. That should be enough. So we're going to get a bunch of debuffs on us here. And now, assuming she has it up, she'll come through and cleanse it all. There we go. So now we're not taking all the damage from that poison, which is nice. He's going to get a decreased attack up on us in a second here. There it goes. So as soon as she has that back up, she's going to come through and remove all of this from us. So that way we're doing a little bit more damage. And there it is. We still got some healing going. So against the dragon himself, she's really taking off a lot of damage that he's doing to us with those poison debuffs. She's keeping everyone healthy, which is very nice. And we're going to be coming up to the end of this run at about the 4-minute mark, it looks like. We just need to get a couple more War Master procs here. There goes all the poisons again. And that is it for Mr. Dragon. Come on, finish him off. There we go. Gets him with the War Master. And that is Dragon done. Now we're going on to Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is going to take a little bit longer, so I'll probably cut on that video. But we'll definitely go ahead and show the waves. So we're coming in here with a very similar team to what we did in Fire Knight. Except we're bringing Greybeard in here instead of the Cold Heart. So as you can see, like these 5 champions with, or basically those 7 champions that I've used so far, because I brought Cold Heart in and Kale. They're all rare and below except for Stag Knight, and if you have those, you can make any dungeon work. And they're not that difficult to get except for maybe Cold Heart and Reliquary Tender. So this game is definitely possible for lower spender people. You know, you can just kind of amass these champions over time, and it probably won't be quick because you don't have a lot of shards, but you can absolutely make it work. Get through all the level 20 dungeons. It just takes being resourceful, coming up with some good strategies, and there's plenty of other ways to do all rare runs. If I had War Maiden in, she could definitely come in instead of Stag Knight for the Fire Knight and the Dragon. Not so much here for Ice Golem because she would be affinity countered. But there's just a lot of stuff you can do. Tayrel could also come in and fill this role. I just wanted to go with Stag Knight because he is someone that a lot more people have had access to recently. As you can see, we're coming up to the end of the first wave here. We're going to be about a minute, it looks like, a little bit less. And on to the second. So this wave is where a lot of people can really go down. The reflect damage is going to make us take a lot, and luckily she's going to be here to revive us. I imagine Stag Knight will probably go down over the course of this wave, maybe even Armiger, especially with that decreased defense going on, but we've got some healing now, which is nice. These two are looking rough. Stag Knight goes down, but a Reliquary Tender says, "Get back up, I'm not done with you yet." Unfortunately, he takes a stun there, and we don't have the cleanse back up yet. Hopefully, yeah, he's going to go down again. That's fine, we'll get him back up by the time the boss fight rolls around. We've already got his utility running on everyone, so we're not too phased by it. And she's probably going to be bringing him up either this turn or the next one, because she is moving pretty quick. There we go, so we've got him back. Apothecary's going to heal him up soon. Got a little bit of heals from our Reliquary Tender. Apothecary gets him. Now he is healthy and back in the fight. Getting stunned though. Man, these guys really don't like Stag Knight. There we go. We've got a freeze up here as well as a provoke. This should be falling off as soon as he takes another turn. So now everyone's going to be focusing on our Greybeard here. We're going to be coming to the end of this wave at about the 2-minute 20-second mark. And on to the boss. There we go. Alright, so Stag Knight's back at full, and the cool thing with Ice Golem now is they've actually fixed him so that champions will use their AoEs against him when the ads are still up, so we can get the decreased defense on these guys with our Stag Knight. We can get the freezes out here on the ads, which is going to make this a lot quicker run and a lot safer because we can freeze these guys up with Greybeard. So as you can see, we're just kind of chunking through their health. Not really an issue. Greybeard coming up doing a little bit with his A1 on the counter attack there. And yeah, so a cool thing, if this side ad does manage to get his AoE decreased defense off, or we get a heal reduction from this ad right here, she can come in and cleanse those off for us. She can revive us if anyone goes down from the big hits, or if we get some freezes on us, like we might right here. Come on, do your swing. All right, I guess, I don't know. Did he already do his first big swing? Not sure. But he should be getting one off right around this mark here. Man, look how slow he's going because of that Stag Knight. Interesting, he's just not doing his big hits. He's scared. There we go. All right, we got one freeze off. Let's see if she will cleanse that. She did, so now everyone's back up and running. Our Armiger didn't take any time off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here to the end of the fight. Shouldn't be too much longer, maybe about 5 minutes, and we will see how we did. Alrighty, so we are about 5 minutes in, coming up towards the end of the fight. As you can see, our Armiger has blocked this guy's revive, so we don't have to worry about him coming up on that final hit that he just did. And we're bursting through his health. It's going to be probably about 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Armiger says, sit down. That is the end of it. And that is Reliquary Tender. So she did a lot of work across all 3 of those dungeons. As you saw, she made this team of lower level champions really shine. They can come in there, do their stuff, and not have to worry about falling down. And that is what she's good for. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope if you have a Reliquary Tender, you're getting a lot of good use out of her. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below or join the Discord if you have anything you'd like to chat about. And thanks.